Saying this, he continued his way and straightway reached the entrance of a court. Here the bamboo foliage was thick, and the breeze sighed gently. This was the Hyo Sheung Lodge. Pao Yu listlessly rambled in. He saw a bamboo portiere hanging down to the ground. Stillness prevailed. Not a human voice fell on the ear. He advanced as far as the window. Noticing that a whiff of subtle scent stole softly through the green gauze casement, Pao Yu applied his face closely against the frame to peep in. But suddenly he caught the faint sound of a deep sigh and the words, "Day after day my feelings slumbered drowsily." Upon overhearing this exclamation, Pao Yu unconsciously began to feel a prey to inward longings. But, casting a second glance, he saw Dai Yu stretching herself on the bed. "Why is it," smiled Pao Yu from outside the window, "that your feelings day after day slumber drowsily?" So saying, he raised the portiere and stepped in. The consciousness that she had not been reticent about her feelings made Dai Yu unwittingly flush scarlet. Taking hold of her sleeve, she screened her face, and turning her body round towards the inside, she pretended to be fast asleep. Pao Yu drew near her. He was about to pull her round when he saw Dai Yu's nurse enter the apartment, followed by two matrons. "Is Miss asleep?" they said. "If so, we'll ask her over when she wakes." As these words were being spoken, Dai Yu eagerly twisted herself round and sat up. "Who's asleep?" she laughed. "We thought you were fast asleep, miss," smiled the 2 or 3 matrons as soon as they perceived Dai Yu get up. This greeting over, they called Churjin. "Your young mistress has awoken. Come in and wait on her." While calling her, they quitted the room in a body. Dai Yu remained seated on the bed. Raising her arms, she adjusted her hair, and smilingly she observed to Pao Yu, "What do you walk in for when people are asleep?" At the sight of her half-closed star-like eyes and of her fragrant cheeks suffused with a crimson blush, Pao Yu's feelings were of a sudden awakened, so he, bending his body, took a seat on a chair and asked with a smile, "What were you saying a short while ago?" "I wasn't saying anything," Dai Yu replied. "What a lie you're trying to ram down my throat," laughed Pao Yu. "I heard all." But in the middle of their colloquium, they saw Churjin enter. Pao Yu then put on a smiling face. "Churjin," he cried, "pour me a cup of your good tea." "Where's the good tea to be had?" Churjin answered. "If you want good tea, you'd better wait until He-sin comes." "Don't heed him," interposed Dai Yu. "Just go first and draw me some water." "He's a visitor," remonstrated Churjin, "and of course I should first pour him a cup of tea and then go and draw the water." With this answer, she started to serve the tea. "My dear girl," he exclaimed laughingly, "if I could only share the same bridal curtain with your lovable young mistress, would I ever be able to treat you as a servant by making you fold the covers and make the beds?" Lin Dai Yu at once drooped her head. "What are you saying?" she remonstrated. "What? Did I say anything?" smiled Pao Yu. Dai Yu burst into tears. "You've recently got into a new way. Whatever slang you happen to hear outside, you come and tell me. And whenever you read any improper book, you poke your fun at me. What? Have I become a laughingstock for gentlemen?" As she began to cry, she jumped down from the bed and promptly left the room. Pao Yu was at a loss how to act. So agitated was he that he hastily ran up to her. "My dear cousin," he pleaded, "I do deserve death, but don't go and tell anyone. If I again venture to utter such kind of language, may blisters grow on my mouth, and may my tongue waste away." But while appealing to her feelings, he saw Hisin approach him. "Go back at once and put on your clothes, as master wants to see you." At the very mention of his father, Pao Yu suddenly felt as if struck by lightning. Regardless of anything and everything, he rushed as fast as possible back to his room, and changing his clothes, he came out into the garden. Here he discovered Pei Ming standing at the second gateway waiting for him. "Do you perchance know what he wants me for?" he inquired. "Master, hurry out at once. You must of course go and see him. When you get there, you are sure to find out what it's all about." This said, he urged Pao Yu on, and together they turned past the large pavilion. Pao Yu was, however, still laboring under suspicion when he heard from the corner of the wall a loud outburst of laughter. Upon turning his head around, he caught sight of Shui Pen jump out, clapping his hands. "Hadn't I said that my uncle wanted you?" he laughed. "Would you ever have rushed out with such alacrity?" Pei Ming also laughed and fell on his knees, but Pao Yu remained for a long time under the spell of utter astonishment, before he at length realized that it was Shui Puan who had inveigled him to come out. Shui Puan hastily made a salutation and a curtsy and confessed his fault. He next gave way to entreaties, saying, "Don't punish the young servant, for it is simply I who begged him to go." Pao Yu too had then no other alternative but to smile. "I don't mind you playing your larks on me, but why did you mention my father?" he inquired. "Were I to go and tell my aunt, your mother, to see the rights and the wrongs of the case, how would you like it?"